You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Hey, what it is, man, look, y'all already know we back with some more Colorado content. Yeah, y'all already know that. But before we do jump into this, shouts out to everybody once again, though, tapped into the channel, man. The likes, the comments, the shares, the subscribes, all that. Appreciate y'all, man. Um, so let's just jump into this, right? So because I've been getting a lot of content requests though, right? And one of them I ain't touched on yet. That somebody asked me. A couple people asked me like, why you ain't never touched on when the Eastside Denver Crips went to Park Hill and burned down the shopping center? Well, it's a couple reasons why I ain't touched on that. The first one is because I would have rather got somebody who was there, who did it, to get up on the platform and tell their side, right? So y'all can hear it from them. And but I kind of been bullshitting. Like I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I ain't been pressing no type of lines about it or none of that. Like I ain't even brought it up. But yeah, man. And another reason is because y'all know how people get, man. When people get to bringing up stuff like this, people getting their feelings though. But you really can't though because this is all on the internet now. Like this is all in Westwords, newspapers, all that though. So it ain't like I'm saying nothing new. But I ain't gonna touch up on it. I'm gonna just say a little bit though. So yeah, it was true though. The Crips did go down to the Holly, right, where all the Bloods hang out at, and they had went and they had burned down they shopping center, right. I think they had went like at like 2, 3 in the morning or something though, and they had burned down. They said it was a Family Dollar down there. It was like a food market down there. It was a hair store, a liquor store, and I think it was a daycare. But yeah, Dad went burnt that down, and I will say everybody who did that got caught for it, man. And they had to take some phase for that. Like shit, hey, they ain't just burned down the shopping center, right? And then it was just that, like nah. Like some of the homies who went to jail for that, they had to run phase on everything they did. And that little story, hey, that little swamp stories, man. I don't know if y'all seen that, but he tried to put one to the East Side Denver Crips burning down the shopping center, right? He was talking about a gang of bullshit, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it, but some of the stuff was true, yeah. But it's like, hey, he was just reading the West Words and the newspapers, and he was just trying to put all in one and trying to tell his side. He don't know nothing what had happened, man. He tried to say that the Crips burned down the shopping center because the Park Hill Bloods killed the leader of the Crips, right? That's not what happened, man. Well, from my understanding, it wasn't even the Park Hill Bloods who had killed them, but the Crips. That's just something that just had to be done. So yeah, and then Swamp Story tried to say that after that happened, the Bloods came down to the east side and they had killed somebody. Like man, that didn't happen either. That's another lie. That's what I be saying. Like y'all can't be believing everything I be hearing, man. That shit was. I'm like, what? Like this nigga didn't told a whole gang of BS. But yeah, hey, that just some. I wanted to just touch on that just a little bit, man. And I do know more, but I ain't trying to say too much about that though. What else? Yeah, somebody had asked me. They had said if I could talk about a couple times when the OGs sent us on some sliding missions, right? Well, y'all already know how them sliding missions be, man. I mean, I could probably try to talk about some of them, but most of them, man, you know, really can't say too much. But yeah, to keep it real, it wasn't no OGs sending us out on no missions like that, man. I'm gonna just keep it all the way real because when my generation came, my big homies, well, some of them they was locked down, right? But when my generation came, some of the big homies they really wasn't really trying to quote no more. Like they was them there, like man, we done put niggas on, so we had to force that issue. We like nah, nigga, we can't just let this shit die, right? So when we came, we had to do most of our sliding ourselves. I ain't even going front, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like people were sending us out on missions. It's like every mission we was going on by ourselves. But I probably got a couple stories I could tell. I gotta just know how to piece it up, and feel me, I gotta just know how to talk about it. But yeah, and it's some more that people ask me too, man. I'm gonna touch up on them on some next videos though. But that's just a little something that I wanted to touch on, man. And y'all already know what it is, man. Hit that like button for me.